Welcome to this week's episode of Automotive Weekly. This week, as you can tell, we're doing things a little bit differently. We kind of wanted to just sit down for a second and talk about where we've been for these past 2 months, which is ridiculous already. That's been that long. And introduce a new face. So we're gonna start with that. We were gonna wait till the end of the video and just let him sit here awkwardly the entire time, but it's fine. We're gonna go and get into this. So this is Andrew Clark.
Hello, everybody.
I didn't say you could talk. No, I'm just kidding, buddy.
Wow.
I quit. No.
And he's actually going to be our new social media manager. So he's going to be dealing with our Instagram account and sometimes with our Facebook stuff because he's been able to get his personal page done really well, and we've been really impressed with how he's been able to do things so far. So introduce yourself a little bit. Why do you like cars and who the heck are you?
Well, the age-old Gran Turismo started my love for cars.
Yes, dude.
The original Gran Turismo on the PlayStation. I was probably 3 or 4 when it first came out, and so I started playing on it and just progressed through Gran Turismo 2, and then all of the other games like Need for Speed Underground. I played that a lot. That's a classic. I just beat it again for like the 20th time, just for the nostalgic reasons.
Totally worth it.
And I just love cars. Everything about cars, I love it. The way you can make it your own, you can make it different than everybody else's. It's just a great community to be within, and it's just fun. I mean, who doesn't like just driving and going really fast?
True.
Yeah. Well, I think that works for us, honestly.
Legally up to the speed limit.
Legally up to the speed limit,
Yeah. It's the quickness to the speed limit.
Yeah.
Yes, always to the speed limit.
We always condone safe driving. First of all, I mean, I'm glad we're able to have you on and help you, and I guess just welcome to this crazy group of people.
Yeah, definitely happy to be here.
Right on.
I was like, we might have 2 new faces.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. No one's seen you yet.
Yeah. The man behind the camera.
Yeah.
So, for some of you too who are not as familiar with like us in person, you may not have seen this face either, which I so unfortunately left out of that initial start, but we're just gonna keep rolling with it. So this is Tanner, and he is our executive producer and pretty much director of filmography. So you do all the behind the scenes stuff for us in terms of the actual shooting and everything like that. So yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself as well, because let's do that.
Yeah, so I mean, I started out my driving life with a 69 Volkswagen Baja. A very impractical choice, but somehow my parents let me do it. And yeah, so I mean, I really got into Volkswagens more than cars, I guess. I'm more of a Volkswagen geek than a car geek. But yeah, so I mean, from there, my love is kind of extended to other types of cars.
Yeah.
I do, like, when did you get this car? What year was it when you got your first Bug?
When I was 16, I woke up one morning and there was a rusty old Volkswagen Beetle in the driveway that my parents had bought for, I think it was like 180 bucks. And nothing really came of that project because it was a piece of junk. But then like a few months after I turned 16, we got the Volkswagen that I have now. Completely redid it. So it was painted like the General Lee.
Do you have pictures?
Yeah, so we completely redid it, and now it's a money pit. But an awesome money pit.
Yeah, right? We'll put a picture up so you guys can see it. See? It's pretty. And the funny thing is too, if we go back a little bit, Josh had actually grabbed a picture of your Beetle.
Yeah, that's why I was curious, like, what year was it? Because I think I took the picture.
Oh yeah,
in 2011.
It must have been. Oh, I actually looked at the title the other day. It was 2009.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
but that's when it was still like orange. And way before I knew you, I took a picture of you.
And you can see him in the car.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know, that was a really fun realization I had.
I'm glad that people actually get to see the guy behind the camera. So anytime you see a really pretty looking shot,
if you wanted to, I got a new speed and it's on the move.
it's probably him. So speaking of that though, of like the general production and everything like that. We're gonna be switching the branding around a little bit, just in a couple of small things with like music licensing. We are gonna be shortening the episodes a little bit just so that way it's taking up a little bit less of our time, but we still want to produce good quality content for you guys, so be on the lookout for that in the future. We're also, no more news. We're getting rid of it. It's gone. Ever. We're instead switching those episodes into more of a podcast kind of style, where we kind of just sit down and talk about maybe a topic or two.
There may be some news in there, but it's not a news episode.
It's not a news episode because what we found out is we'd film an episode and then we'd put out the episode about a month later.
Yeah.
So the news was old at that point. So for watchability's sake, as well as just fun sake, as well as like timing sake, we're gonna switch to a podcast style episode. So you can also expect that coming up in the near future. We've also talked about, some of you might have seen our Forza Horizon 4 live stream that we did.
Here we go.
Watch the trees!
Oh,
there's cars!
We're also talking about doing a couple of those as well, because that seemed to be well received and we enjoy doing it as well. So we'll keep you on the loop about that. We may even just do those as a fun thing every once in a while. It may not be an actual episode, but we'll figure that out later. So. One of the other things we wanted to talk about though is we wanted to give you a quick update on some of our just project cars, because pretty much all of our cars are never not going to be a project in some way or some form, except for maybe your Corolla. But we were going to put spinners on that, so it's fine.
I'm not.
Not doing that. Okay, that's fine. So I guess we'll just kind of go down the line here. Josh, do you want to start off with what do you got going on with the Mini?
So I just ordered a couple weeks ago some new rims and tires, 18-inch Koenig rim forms, and they should be in, oh gosh, they said they were back ordered. They said like 2 to 3 weeks, and 2 weeks will be tomorrow, and I'm not holding my breath in that. I'm thinking it'll still be like 3 to 4 weeks. But if I got a phone call tomorrow, that'd be great.
And we will at least get a little bit of footage. Even if we have to film from the sidewalk, we'll get a little bit of footage of that happening. It won't be a full episode, but we'll at least get some footage.
And I'm a little nervous about them rubbing, so we may have to do some
Fender
yeah. I don't know, fender rolling or even just, I don't know, or like, I don't know. We may have to do some stuff.
Some stuff.
But I hope not. It may be close, and I hope it's just close. We don't have to touch it. Because, as you know, we had a lowering episode.
Yeah.
And
that was a good episode.
So they're super sweet. I can't wait to get them. And then I don't know if I told you, I actually got the JB Plus. It's not a tune. It's more like a hack, I guess.
It's an interceptor, isn't it?
Yeah. Like it basically fakes or like tricks my car into thinking that it needs more boost. So I should be pulling 3 to 6 more pounds of boost depending on where I turn the little thing. And I should translate into like 20 to 30 more horsepower.
Cool.
Which is crazy. But it's not like immediate horsepower because it's boost. So it'll be more in the top end like when you floor it, which is good. So my gas mileage shouldn't go crazy as long as I'm not going crazy. Yeah. And then lights.
Oh yeah.
I've got brown lights. I'm not fancy like all of these cars actually. The Corolla included.
Oh yeah.
Has
the Corolla's headlights are nice.
Yes, y'all got nice
Yeah.
headlights. So mine are brown. And so I got some Osram Nightbreaker lasers. I don't know if you can see this, but like,
They cannot see that.
you can kind of see the package. Anyways,
You can't see the back.
they were not expensive. They're $23 and I also just ordered some fog light ones too.
Nice.
So that, because I thought, that would be terrible to have brown fog lights and black regular lights. I'm just not about that. So everything has to match. So anyways, little stuff. Like I said, when we did the video before, I want it to look good and I want it to sound good. And a JB Plus to just give me a little more. That's probably the only thing power-wise I'll do.
Yeah. It's a daily driver, so.
Yeah, I put a cane in there, filter in it. I don't know if that's worth saying, but I can't really tell any difference in that. But,
It's okay.
but I feel better about it being in there.
There you go. It's washable.
It is washable, so I'll bring it to your house and we'll wash it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well,
That's all.
That's all. So I guess you're up next there, Tanner.
Okay,
We got one
so the Corolla is a Corolla, so
Which here's some glorious footage of it right now.
it's glorious.
The lights look real
The
nice.
lens flares.
So yeah, the Corolla is what it is. good old daily driver getting me 37 miles per gallon.
I get 40.
But the bug's currently in the shop, right?
Yes.
Because what's it getting?
So, a little bit of backstory. A few years ago, the clutch went out on the bug, so I decided to change the engine because that's what you do.
Sounds right.
Yeah, so I got a bigger engine built. It was a 1.6 liter, now it's a 1.9, which is hopefully going to be something. But I don't know, because it's never been tuned quite right.
Yeah.
So it's got dual carburetors now, and I never got them synced correctly. So I finally got around to taking it to someone to do it for me.
Which you took it to Fausto's, right?
Yeah, so I took it to Fausto's.
And if you
on
haven't
Monday.
seen that video,
It's in the corner.
It's there.
it's in there somewhere. Yeah, continue. Sorry.
So I took it to Fausto. He said he can almost definitely fix it unless I just horribly messed it up. So yeah, he's going to be working on that, working on, I think, resurfacing the brakes. Is that what the word is?
Yeah, like grinding them down.
Yeah, because they've been sitting for a while, so a little bit rusty. So yeah, we had a little experience driving it to Fausto the other day. And that thing is a death trap. It's a lot of fun, but other than that, I'm just kind of looking around for an actual second car. Right now I have a primary car and a piece of garage decoration. So I'm looking for a second car, and as crazy as it might be, I'm tossing around the idea of another old Volkswagen, but one that is not cut to pieces and, you know,
Well, it's something
ultra modified.
because you know how to work on those because you've been doing that.
Yeah,
for a long
so
time.
I mean, the rationale behind an old Volkswagen is I know like every part that's in that thing, whereas with a new car, I have no idea what to do with it.
You bring it to
I
me.
Yeah, either an old Volkswagen. I'm looking at small trucks like a Ford Ranger,
That'd be cool.
Tacoma, stuff like that.
Speaking of future car projects, though, I'm gonna scoot that over to Randy.
Yeah, as far as mods go on my car, if you watch the video that released an hour ago, my car is pretty heavily modded already. Bought it that way. Makes things easier. But I have also been in contact with the previous owner of my car who still has some mods at his garage that I will be going to pick up tomorrow from him. It includes an exhaust, a strut bar, some mirrors, and it's going to be a good time. We'll have some footage of that as we put it in, and it's going to be pretty good.
It's gonna be really good.
We better have some audio of that too.
Oh no!
good.
So, if you haven't seen the walk around video, his car's got an unequal length header by JDL in it, and those partnered with an exhaust on the FRSs, it sounds amazing. I am 100 jelly, not percent, just 100 jelly, 100 jelly of that header.
Like jelly bean?
No man, just straight jelly, like you know,
jelly?
Schmuckers.
Strawberry jam.
Okay, there we go.
Or not Schmuckers. What's that one brand?
Smuckers.
I like Schmuckers better.
You should spit
I
everywhere.
know. It's 4K, so they'll see that too.
If you saw that spit, like and comment on the video.
Oh Lord. Welch's. That's the brand.
Welch's.
We've gotten slightly derailed here. Regardless, we'll have sound clips. I'm thinking on that one, we also might just do a mini episode, do like a midweek thing, just kind of show off some of the stuff that we're doing, because
That's cool.
but it's gonna sound good. It's gonna look really good, and that strut bar should help. I mean, it's already a stiff car in the corners, but it should make it even better.
It's different.
Stiffer.
I dare say. It's different.
So I'm excited about that. So I'm excited to work on that this weekend. That's gonna be so much fun. I guess it's my corner then.
You're up.
So, what don't I have to do on these cars? So the Subaru, recently we went to a junkyard and ended up finding a bunch of parts off of a Legacy that were all directly swap overable, and it's just much nicer. We've got some new seats, we got some new interior bits, like trim pieces. I found a cargo net, I found a manual. Because I'm one of those guys that it's like, I love the archaeology behind it. So I found a manual for it. It's for a 2002 Legacy, but mine's an 01 Outback. It's literally the same car when all is said and done. The car's also got new tie rods in it. It's got new ball joints in it. It's got this new starter motor in it. and it's finally plated and insured, so it's actually drivable as a work truck. So
Basically brand new.
it's basically brand new. Yeah, it is. Here's a list of everything that's been done to the car. I'll wait. And that's everything. So that's pretty much done. I'm hoping this year, because I've officially caught the header fever from Randy. Depending on how finances go, that would be something I'd like to pick up at some point. Actually, the brand of header, or the exhaust that I have, makes a header. That sounds really good combined together. That's pretty reasonably priced, so I'm gonna be looking at that. And then I'd also like to do a backup camera for the FRS, because it's got a radio that is compatible with it. I've had that radio for 4 or 5 years now. It's been a long time. I wouldn't mind having a backup camera.
Every car needs one.
Every car does need one, and especially considering the fact that you can look at this picture that I'll have up on screen right now. I actually put all 3 of our cars into the garage at once. We had some severe weather coming in, so I had to put all 3 cars in the garage because the Subaru was not insured, and that's not fun to deal with. So yeah, because of that, I really want a backup camera because I accidentally hit a couple boxes with the FRS, and I was very sad about that. But it was boxes, it was fine. So that's pretty much what's going on in my corner. You got anything going on exciting in yours?
No, not really.
That's okay.
Just a Honda Accord. Running like a champ.
I like your Accord. It runs.
Yeah.
It runs.
What year is it?
2005. It's 5-speed, 4-cylinder.
You see, that's what's up though.
I do like the 5-speed, and it's very notchy, so it's fun to drive until you look at the speedometer and you're still only going 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I know how that goes.
Yeah, same.
But speaking of that, that means all of us have manuals because your Bug's manual.
Yep.
Both of y'all's cars, on my car, all of our cars manual. Except for the-
Hashtag save the manuals.
Seriously.
Right, man. Seriously.
Man,
Dying
and
breed.
I'm looking for a truck, and it's like really hard to find a somewhat modern truck that has a manual transmission.
yeah, super
Right.
impossible.
The only one I know of is the Toyota Tacoma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only one.
Well, Andrew, not you,
I've
this
seen some
Andrew, but
Rams.
our mutual friend Andrew, his
Ranger.
was a manual.
Yeah.
But that one was one he got gifted from, I think his grandparents or something like that. Or it was handed down,
Yeah.
if I'm thinking correctly. Shout out to you, Andrew. You're a cool kid. Which I do want to have him on at some point because he's got a 5-inch lifted on 33's monster truck of a Grand Cherokee. So he is going to be coming on at some point soon once he gets it running. So that's you, Andrew. I know you were watching this episode. So yeah. So a couple quick things that we want to kind of wrap all this up with is we want to let you know about a couple of upcoming projects that we're pretty excited about. We have a guy that we're working with, this awesome dude named Logan. He's got a V8 Miata, which we're going to be having on pretty soon here. I'm super excited. And we've heard it. It's a monster.
Okay, some of us have heard it.
You weren't. Oh, that's right. You weren't there, were you?
It's crazy.
It's one of those cars like you turn it on and it hits you like this. So, and he's like the coolest dude ever. Honestly,
Yeah.
Logan's a great guy. So, we'll have that coming up soon. I think we're going to be having I think it's a 43 Ford, if I'm thinking correctly. I'm not sure if that's the correct year, but that's a gorgeous car. Got an awesome guy named John Moss. We're going to be working with him. We're filming Bugapalooza this weekend, which is going to be really good. We might be filming a drift event soon, which if that ends up working out, awesome. If not, there's plenty more. I was actually looking at the schedule. There's I think they have 30 events going on this year. It's ridiculous. So we'll go up to one of those. And of course, plenty of other stuff. Like I said, we've got podcasts coming up, which basically this has turned into one.
Pretty much.
So I think we just roll with it.
Which is fine.
What I thought it was.
So we got some really good stuff coming up for you. But here's the thing, we want to make sure you guys stay involved. So we do have a couple of viewer special stuff coming up. So we've got we've actually had people submit through the form, which you can find in the link down in the description below, that we have some people that we're going to be working with about maybe showing off some WRXs, potentially some Evos and stuff like that. So if you have a cool car, make sure you go down and submit because we'd love to talk with you about getting on the show.
Yeah.
If there's something that we're not covering that you think would be exciting for us to cover and you think would be cool, send us either an email, Instagram message, Facebook message. Just get in contact with us in some way, and we'll maybe check it out and see what it is. Because we don't want to be restricted to just one thing. We want to make sure we're trying to get all sorts of cool stuff for you guys. So Let us know what you think about that. That's pretty much it for this week of Automotive Weekly. As always, you can find our Instagram and Facebook in both the description down below and on screen. Look at the pretty animation.
I don't know where it is. Maybe
It's probably gonna be down on the table, honestly. So, we'll be posting up all updates and stuff like that. When this guy right here is gonna be killing it already. I can already tell he's gonna be killing it.
Yes.
So be sure to keep on the lookout for that. But otherwise, we will see you guys next week. If you want to see more of Tanner in videos, be sure to like that or hit that subscribe button and like the video now.
Smash.
Smash that like button. So
Go Hulk on that smash. Like it.
that's just gonna be the end of the video right there. After the credits, that's what I want to see right there.
I wasn't looking at the camera.
That's okay.
Retake.